I'm Vic Myers. Welcome to The Resistance. Am I the only one who's spending time every day wondering how did we get here? Not just how did we lose the election and how did we allow Donald Trump to even run for president, but how did America become a place that is so divided, and how did we become the kind of country that would elect a person who assaults women and is a convicted felon and commits fraud in all of his business dealings? How did we become the place where that's not a disqualifier? Well, I think about that a lot, and I think our public education is a really big factor. And this is not blaming public education. My daughter's a high school teacher. It's not the public education system's fault. It's our fault. Because since the 80s, public education has been under attack. I remember coming home from school one day and told my dad Mr. Martinez was picking on me, and my dad's response was, "What did you do wrong? Why were you singled out?" Well, it's just the way it was with Dad. You take accountability for your own actions. These days, there's a story on the news this morning of a bus driver in Douglas County. He dropped his kids off on a corner, a bunch of elementary kids. He got fed up and he pulled over to a corner and kicked everybody off the bus in the cold. Now that's not cool. He needs to face repercussions for that. Serious repercussions, because those were little kids. But at the same time, after I quit working in the prisons, I went and I was a middle school math teacher for 1 year. And I'm sorry, but these days when a kid comes home and says the teacher's picking on me, the parent runs to the school and blames the teacher, blames the school. So we broke public education by allowing those people who wanted all those public tax dollars to go into their private schools and stuff. That's our fault. We let it happen. And over the long term, we've got to rectify it. Over the long term, we have to educate our kids. And when it comes to resisting fascism and authoritarianism that Trump wants to bring us, we have to start educating ourselves, and we have to educate our kids and our grandkids on what this country is supposed to be about. So I'm suggesting that we all need to brush up on history our own selves. A couple of good places to start. American History Tellers is an amazing podcast. Once you start listening to an episode, you can't stop. That's how good it is. The way they tell the story. And they tell stories about the beginnings of our country and all kinds of things that have happened since. I encourage you to listen to that podcast. I also encourage you to listen to Ultra. Rachel Maddow did a 2-series podcast called Ultra, and it is amazing. It is definitely a must listen for the times that we're in right now. The first episode is so good. Well, so is the second, but the first episode, I believe, is being made into a movie by Spielberg or one of those big-time producers. So check those out and forget regular media. I mean, these guys have been normalizing Trump for 10 years. So I don't even watch the regular news, MSNBC, NBC, CBS, CNN. I don't even watch those guys anymore because they're not telling us. They're owned by billionaires. They don't want to tell us what we need to know. So I listen to podcasts and I pick them carefully. Another one, a brand new one, Tim Fullerton and his group that started up White Dudes for Harris. They started up a podcast called Politigood. I listened to the first episode yesterday. It's a first episode. They're going to get better. It was pretty good, but it's going to get a lot better. So I encourage everybody to go and watch that too. This video is getting too long, so I'm going to get back inside where it's warm and get ready for work. Good day.